Meet the Quincy Hawks women's basketball team. They are led by head coach Courtney Boyd. Boyd has quite the resume coming from her previous job. She went 155-42 in her time at Clark University, leading the team to 5 NAIA national tournament berths and finishing with an NAIA national championship ring. This is only Boyd's second season as head coach of the Hawks, and right away, she is making big things happen for this program. So far this season, things are looking good. The Hawks are sitting 3 games above 500 after just their first 9 games, but this is only where the fun starts. The Hawks will be traveling to the Aloha State for the Big Island Classic on December 20th.
I think the biggest thing about the trip is just creating the memories, being able to talk about it for a long time. Obviously, you want to go down there and you want to get a couple wins, but there are some people that have never flown. There are some people that have never seen the ocean, and just, seeing a different culture and experiencing different things with a group of people that hopefully you talk to for the rest of your lives. This is your second family, so being able to basically go on a vacation, a little business trip, and vacation in between. So we're looking forward to that.
Boyd sure isn't the only one on the team looking forward to this trip. As you can imagine, players are looking forward to a chance to experience an entirely different culture.
I think it's going to be awesome. I know we're going to Pearl Harbor, we're going to a luau, and we're going on a hike. That's our off-the-court kind of fun stuff. But then the opportunity to play some ranked teams in Hawaii is going to be pretty fun.
We're going to be in Hawaii, so it's more of like creating a lot of memories, eating different food, meeting different people, and just, being privileged or being happy that we're able to go to Hawaii and play different people and see different cultures and environments.
But there's one player on this Hawks team in particular that this hits a little closer to home, literally. Kalani Nevis is a Hawaii native, so a trip like this is truly once in a lifetime.
I'm going to love it. Personally, my family out there has never seen me play a college basketball game, so it'll be a little tearjerker for me, I think, but I'm super excited. I just want to give a little piece of my culture to QU and our team in general, and I think it's going to be fun.
But a once-in-a-lifetime trip like this is not cheap. Round trips from Quincy to Hawaii are sitting well over $1,000, so the fun is more like fundraising.
We started last year trying to fund for this fundraiser, and it's been a struggle. It's been hard.
Yeah, fundraising can be hard, but a little help can go a long way. If we hop in the time machine and bounce back to 1978, we see where the motivation behind this trip lies. In 1978, the Quincy College women's basketball team went on the same exact trip and are helping these current Hawks get that same experience. We had the opportunity to speak with former players and coaches about their experiences on the trip, as well as the fundraising process.
That trip was, 1 in a million in that time frame and in that era. But, I think when I, kind of sit back and think about the trip, the memories and they just kind of flood you with what we're able to do. My husband was my assistant coach.
Yeah.
And so, he and I put together sort of a game plan on doing this, and we knew that it was going to take an awful lot of work. So we had no university or no college money. It was all raised for contributions made. The team did kick in, I think, $100 or so a piece, and then we put together all of these different types of projects to earn the money to go on this trip. So it was with the support of family and friends and the community, and we had a Hawkette Booster Club that was helpful.
When we went to Hawaii, we had to raise all the funds. So I don't remember the exact cost, but I know it was over $600 a piece, which is cheap now. But we had to raise the funds or come up with the money on our own. So we thought, these kids need the same thing. They need that experience. And why not help them out? Maybe they can have a team meal together. Maybe they can buy team shirts, matching shirts or something. Whatever they do with the money is going to be fine with us. We just wanted to help them out.
Kemi, Yeast, and other Quincy University women's basketball alumni have met with current coaches and players to build a connection between the two teams, and the attitude is really only gratitude.
I mean, just like we discussed, I think that it's important. They're still talking about it. They're still talking about how they raised the funds, what they had to do, the experience they had. So that's kind of what we're trying to create, and for them to tell their story and to be able to create that for us, kind of a preliminary, this is what you can expect coming out of it. I think that that's really exciting. But the fact that they, boots on the ground, they raised a little bit of money for us, I think that that goes a long ways. And there's multiple things going forward that we're going to be able to communicate with them, and now we can share shared experiences.
I think that is super cool and super generous of them to help us out, and to be able to do what they did. It kind of shows that there's like a family connection here at Quincy, and that they're willing to help us out even all those years later.
We have a lot of gratitude towards them. I personally appreciate y'all helping us out with that, because, when you keep going asking, it's kind of hard to get the same, respect or response from people. So I really appreciate them doing that and taking the time out to allow us to have the same experience they had back when they had that in 1978. So I really appreciate y'all for that.
I think it's super great. If anything, it just goes to show how deep-rooted QU is, and how deep the well is here. We can really ask for support in any direction, and it feels good to be a QU athlete.
Well, it sure seems like a good time to be a QU athlete. Trips like this provide excellent opportunities for exposure and growth in women's sports as a whole. Peter, Kemi, and Yeast shared about what it was like getting exposure in women's sports back in the 70s, as well as what this might do for this current program.
We hosted the Russian Olympic team at Quincy College, and we had, it was a Quincy or a Illinois all-star team, but Lori Ramsey from Illinois Central College and myself coached that team, and we had 4 members from the Quincy College team that played on that team against the Russian Olympic team, with the 7'3", can't think of her name, player right now. But I want to tell you, we filled that gymnasium. How many times have you seen Memorial Gymnasium filled?
Not many times.
Back in the day, especially when we had some under John Ortworth, and then again under Cheryl Hanks with the men's basketball, there were a lot of excitement there. And but the Olympic team that came was really something that put, I think, in the community, although they were always very supportive, the eye on women's athletics and women's basketball.
It's always a great opportunity to get to be with the team and to play totally outside the Midwest. So they're going to have that opportunity, but they're going to also have an opportunity to see what is there for them in the entire area and what they can do with their career.
It'll be a great recruiting opportunity also. If you can, it doesn't have to be every year, but if a student athlete comes in and knows, if they work hard enough, they can be rewarded with a trip to Hawaii or to California or anything like that. So I think it will help with recruiting also.
A trip like this can do one of two things: divide the team or bring them together. And from what we've learned about this team, this trip will only help them grow as one.
Well, traveling that far and being on a plane for that long together, we're going to have some fun stories coming from it. And then the memories we make off the court and on the court in Hawaii are going to be awesome. Plus, one of our teammates, Lonnie, she is from Hawaii, so I think it's going to be super cool for her to show us her home.
I think traveling together to Hawaii will just bring us all closer. We're going to get a lot of time to spend together. I'm a little biased, so I think bringing my culture into the team atmosphere will be super beneficial, because Hawaiians are all about love and camaraderie, and hopefully it'll just make us a cohesive team and family.
Being able to adjust to different cultures and different perspectives on the game. And also, we're playing some high level teams, so they're going to put us in a lot of adversity situations. So I would say, how do we overcome that, and how does that reflect on our personality as a basketball player?
With that being said, the Hawks have one game remaining before they catch their flight. On Friday, December 13th, the Hawks will host Grand Valley State at Pepsi Arena. Show up and show out to support the Hawks and give them a little morale boost before they head to the Aloha State. This has been Tyler Menendez and Henry Balmer, QUTV News, Quincy.
Appreciate y'all. Go Hawks.